Hey everyone, Melly Mel here from Sincerely Creative Mom. Y'all, today we're going to make a wreath, but I wanted to show you what we're going to make it out of. I receive a monthly subscription box of supplies. It's not a kit, it's just a box full of supplies that is meant to inspire you to create from it. So I get it every month. The box itself is $60. It includes shipping. And the retail of the box is usually $80 to $90. I know for sure that the February box that I haven't received just yet was worth $114. So a very, very, very good value. I just want to show you, this was the January 22 box, January 2022. And I just want to show you what was in it, but I'm going to, as we're taking things out of it, I'm going to show you what we're going to be using. So this box came with a beautiful, very thick and lush eucalyptus bush. Very, very nice. It came with a red pencil work form for a deco mesh wreath. I'm going to set this aside. It came with two signs that look very, very similar, and I wanted to show you, pull them both out. So very, very similar. So the subscription box isn't intended to, again, it's not intended to be a kit, but look at how cool this exact bush will go with both of these signs. Just darling. It also will go, will go with this, which is what we're going to use today. This kind of nice, wispy, kind of lavendery, long bush. It's beautiful, beautiful. So this came with it. I'm going to use that together. I'm going to use this bush in with a wreath with this at another time. And look at how pretty these are. So all of the ribbon that came with it kind of coordinated with both. Again, just beautifully, just really nicely. Look at how pretty that is. So, so pretty. So it's 2.5 inch, 1.5 inch, and then it came out. Also, look at how cute this is. Super cute, nice, fun, whimsical kind of bunny. Nice material, kind of lightweight, that metal, nice and square. Perfect. Such a great, great box. Today we're going to be working with the lavender greenery and the sign. I'm going to put this back in here. I'm going to put this back in. I'm going to use these at a later date, but we're going to be using the ribbons. And this piece and this piece. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the box. Excuse me for a second. Okay. And we're going to start with this. So I loved how long this was, how long these pieces were. Now, I could use them and cut them up, but I decided that I wasn't going to cut them up, and instead I was going to make a larger wreath. So I went with an 18-inch grapevine, and we're going to use our square. This is a 10 by 10 square here. So we're going to put it here. We're going to add some greenery. We're going to add this. In addition to that, I'm going to add some other greenery that I have. And our also very beloved 60919 for a little bit more purple coming in. We're going to add a bow, and we're going to be done. So I'm going to set these aside for just a moment. And we're going to start with this greenery. The first thing we're doing, however, is we're going to attach this. We're going to attach this sign. So either I'm going to do it there or down here. This feels a little bit flatter. This was kind of sticking up here, and it kind of made the sign feel unstable. So I'm going to bring it right down here, kind of on an angle. That's kind of my mojo, is put on an angle. I'm going to put 3 pieces, 3 pipe cleaners in there to kind of hold us on. I don't need that, so I'm going to take that off. And I do like to put in a little bit of a padding here with the signs. And this one is kind of thick. So the stapler that I use is a 1/4 inch. And the sign is a 1/4 inch. So they kind of, they battle with each other. Let's see, I don't want to forget which ones. 1, 2, 3. So we're just going to come here and add this Let me zoom y'all in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take our pipe cleaner, and I'm going to use brown pipe cleaners. Not that it'll help y'all to see what I'm doing, but it will help mask the pipe cleaner with the grapevine. So I'm going to go ahead and stack those nicely. Put that there. Use our staple gun right there in the center. We're allowed push down. And we're going to do the same thing in all 3 spots. This way it just gives it a little bit more padding here to kind of build that up so that my 1/4" staple doesn't go through this sign. Now this is just going to be a really easy recipe that y'all can follow along. Oops, that didn't go all the way in, it didn't push hard enough. That happens. Give it some, what do they call it? Elbow grease? Is that what they call it? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to twist those just so that I can make sure it stays. Set that aside because we are done with this. And flip this back over. Bring it right over here. Now, this is going to be, you know, this top part, it's going to be just kind of waving in there. That's why I went with 3 to kind of really make sure that it stays exactly where I want it to go. Make sure I'm not going to sit on anything behind me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pipe cleaners, and after I get 2 on so that it's secure, I'll flip it over so I can show you. But I'm going to go right through that grapevine, right where those pipe cleaners are, to bring it right in and secure it. Kind of bring it in nice and tight so it doesn't move. I'm going to put this one on right here and then make sure that one comes out. There we go. Right through that grapevine. Sometimes this is the hardest part, y'all, but I'm cheating on one side. I'll show you what I mean when I flip it over. Okay, so I got it kind of in position. What I'm going to do is, oops, untwisted. I'm going to twist that all the way. And then I'm going to take this edge and just kind of push it down in here so that it's kind of hidden in there. I just didn't want to cut it off. And then we'll do the same thing here. Twist, twist, twist. And then push it right down in there. And then for this outside one, so it is way out here in left field. I'm okay with that because it is exactly where I wanted it to be as far as the position on the wreath. As long as I can get this up there, I'm just going to pull it through. Now, if I was paying really close attention, I would have made sure that this ended up underneath here exactly, but it's totally fine. I can add, on the very end, I can add either a small piece of felt to cover that. I can add a little piece of moss and glue it on to cover it, and it'll be just fine. Remember, that's the back of your wreath. Slide it right in there. So, very easy to do. Now we have our nice and secure. It's not really, it's not almost wobbling at all. The next thing I'm going to do is, well, the first thing I'm going to do with the greenery, I'm going to add this in. All of the links to where all of this stuff was purchased will be in the description of this video. I'm going to kind of pull those all apart. Now, I would rather leave it all one. However, it's just not set up for that as far as the kind of lengths of things. So I'm going to leave the long one. I'm going to leave that in there because it looks pretty decent. And I'm going to use these to kind of funnel in. We're going to do the same exact thing to the other side. Again, all of the tags to all of these will be in the description. So the purple greenery just wasn't going to be enough, I don't think. Actually, I'm going to put this on this side so we kind of keep them separate. I'm going to keep this one long. I'm going to kind of bend it a little bit. I'm going to use my glue pot to glue things in, and since this is in place, make sure I'm going to use both. I'm going to use my glue pot and I want it to come down there, and I want it to come all the way down here. I'm going to use my glue pot and my glue gun just because it's going to be easier with some of these things that we're putting in the first, making our shape. Okay, I know it looks silly, but that's what we're going to start with. And I'm going to take our glue gun. Get that right in there nice and good so that it does not want to come out. And then usually I try to make sure I use both, but sometimes, you know, at the beginning it's just easier for the glue gun. All right, from here, I'm going to take a nice glob of glue. We might have to do some more. Glue gun, is that right? It's going to kind of shape our design with this. Now, one thing you could do if you felt like this was too short, you could add a pick on the end here. Glue in, glue in, glue in. Okay, again, just our shape. We're just looking for our shape. Right now that shape is funny looking. It's okay. And this one leaf down there just got the end of the, it's okay. Another thing you can do, which I should have done, is take off those at the bottom, so I have a nice little. So we're going to put our bow kind of right there, right up here in the corner, if you are wondering why I'm leaving kind of weird spots. And I'm going to leave these separate. I'm going to hold on to these. I'm not going to do anything with them yet until we're at the end. I really like to, at the end, if I have extras, or save some pieces so that, you know, if I get it behind the camera, I can really see what's going on there. So So these longer pieces I'm going to use to be an asset. And I want to be real mindful because I don't have 2 of these, I only have 1. That's why I chose to add in some of those greenery, some other greenery. So we have some longer pieces here. 3 and 4 longer pieces. So I'm going to make sure I utilize those. Coming right down this end. This is going to be the most simple wreath here, wreath design. Nice glob of glue. If you follow me and watch me, you know I've been kind of complaining about the glue that I am using. It, for whatever reason, is very, I don't know which one it is, but it's very stringy. So if it was an off-brand, you know, I always just buy glue wherever I am. Kind of pushing that right up there. Bending this a little bit. Bringing this one out to the edge here. Kind of come under that one. You know, we want this green, although it was used as our base, you kind of want it to be throughout. You don't want it to just end up on the bottom. So I, you know, on top, underneath, on the side, just make sure it gets all over. Bring this closer to me because it's getting away from me. There we go. So because I went with such a big frame, I got a lot to fill in here. So I couldn't leave it be, I couldn't let it be so open. So I'm just going to grab over here. Nice glob of glue. One thing, like right now, I'm trying to get it in there, but if it doesn't, look, it's all wired stuff. Like all this is wired. So if you're having troubles, you know, you can wire it and bend it where you want it to go. Last piece of our purple kind of lavender. Now we still left a spot open for a bow. Before we add in our very last piece, we are going to go ahead and make that bow so we can make sure we're covering all the places. So I'm going to set this aside a little bit. Keep those over there. So I love the contrast. I love the black in this. I love all of them. This box was put together very nicely with very versatile designs in mind. You know, this of course matches both. It has a little bit of that purple. It's just darling. It's perfect. So I'm not going to change or add any ribbons to this. I'm just going to use these. Sorry, I should have done this before. And I am going to start with the black on the bottom. Let's zoom us in here. I'm going to start with that black on the bottom. And I know I need a nice big design, so I'm going to go ahead and leave our tails longer. And we can always cut them when we're in there, or when it's in the design is in. So if we need it to be shorter, we totally can. And I'm going to start with about a 6.5 inch, almost 7. So I'm going to pinch right there at that like 6 3/4 mark. I'm going to pinch there, nice and tight. I'm going to pull those apart. Now this distinctively has a front and a back. Very clearly, this is a really good material. I don't know if I felt a ribbon like this. It's really cool. It kind of feels like that, like almost like an outdoor pillow kind of. You know how that kind of feel? Maybe not so thick, but that, I mean, it's thick, but anyways, okay, so I'm gonna twist and make my next loop nice and big to match that other side. And again, just wanted it to be nice and big, kind of wispy through this design. Pinch, twist, and another big loop. We're going to do 2 loops on each side, gathering, pinching, twisting, looping. You guys, I have super bad carpal tunnel, so you know I have to use our easy bow maker to help. And I'm going to do one on the other side. So we have 2 loops and 2 tails on each side. And again, once it's in, we can always cut those down shorter. This beautiful, beautiful green. And I love that lace on the end. Super nice. We're going to put those greens both in the center. This next loop is going to be, look, about a finger shorter. See, about a finger shorter. And I'm going to pinch. That wasn't about a finger. There we go. There we go. Pinch, twist, loop, eyeball it, make sure it's about the same. Pinch, twist, loop. Make sure bring it up the same. Pinch, twist, loop, pinch, and twist. Set it right down in there. And then I'm going to go with green and then the green. You might think I was going to put in the purple next, but this will give us a nice kind of layering look with that green. So the green kind of center and then top off that with just a purple. It's going to be perfect. So next, again, our loops are, I love this like color. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a real fresh green. So I'm going to pinch, same exact thing. Pinch, twist, loop. Pinch, twist, loop, making sure it's about the same. Pinch, twist, loop, pinch, twist, loop. Now the one thing I don't want is I want these to be very similar sizes. I don't want one to be super long or super short. So I want them to appear the same. If they're not the exact same, that's fine. But I want them to appear, you know, kind of close. And just to help me out, I'm going to set that there for a second, kind of help it stay. And then topping it all off with the purple now. See, it's all making sense now. Super cute. And I'm going to take the top and just do like a 3-inch loop. 3.5 inch. Okay? And I'm going to pinch there. And I'm still going to add 2 on each side. So we have a nice big bow working for us. Pinch, twist, loop, pinch. Make sure that stays. Twist, loop, pinch, twist, loop. Now in this manner, or in this time, the loops or the tails are going to end up on the same side. Sorry, I said super bad carpal tunnel, right? I gotta stretch that out. If the loops are, or the tails are going to end up on the same side, that's okay. When we fluff it out, it's going to be just fine. Okay, now I'm just going to leave that there for a second because I only have one, oopsie, sorry y'all. And we're back. I only have one twist tie, so I would have needed two. So I'm going to make this just a little bit longer. And yes, I am using brown as the center. It's okay, we're going to use that center loop that we created to definitely hide this, what we have going on here. Okay, pushing it down before I pull it up. Pushing it down before I pull it up. Making sure that that stays stacked there. Hold on nice and tight. Get rid of this. Add our pipe cleaner on the top. Balance, look, making sure that that stays nice and stacked here. Pushing it down before I really get this in there. There we go, nice and tight. As soon as it's tight, then I can relax a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and cut each of these before I put it in the design. Therefore, I won't forget just in case. And then if we need to trim them, we totally can, but that way I don't forget any of them. Okay, so now I have two. I'm going to do just like I did the sign. I'm going to go right down through that grapevine. So let me get these out of the way. Again, if you're looking for the glue pot or SKU numbers, all those things, you can find it all in the comments. So I'm going to go right here and put my pipe cleaner, one kind of right here. I don't want to go on the inside because I don't want you to be able to see it. So I'm going to go right here and then right back here. I know you won't be able to see that as I go in, so I figured I'd show you. And the reason that I don't want to go on the outside of that grapevine is because I don't want you to see that pipe cleaner if you don't have to. Especially since we did a little lighter color here. So keeping it on the inside will really help. And also, I obviously don't need that huge of a, the pipe cleaner to be so long, but to get it in and out of there easily and a little bit more quickly, it just really helps. So then I can twist them and cut off all the excess that I don't need. See, I just don't need it. Just takes extra time. So twist that up, and just like the other ones, kind of push it right into the grapevine. And then from here, you're just gonna pull out all of those. Now, we're gonna pull this out and make sure that the ribbon kind of goes all over. One nice big bow with the tails going all over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them apart one layer at a time. Just want to point out here. So I have one going straight down and then two. Now my other tail is going to end up coming up this way. Okay, my other tail that matches this. So this one, this next layer, I'm going to go layer by layer. Not that I do it like this, I just want you to be able to see. So in that next layer, I'm going to come down and bring it out this way. Just like that. So it looks like print, solid, print, solid, print, solid. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use this kind of right in the center and then pull those apart. So now I have stripe, solid, stripe, solid, stripe, solid. So I'm trying to, every layer, I'm trying my best to make sure all of that's all distributed evenly. Okay, that's the whole point. And then that center, of course, now you can see that pipe cleaner. I'm going to bring that center loop up so that you don't see it any longer. So now these are in, and we'll go ahead and just trim these so that they're not so long. Okay, super, super cute. And then we'll do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to zoom you out though so that you can kind of see what's all going on, so how we're matching. Okay, so I'm going to take that long tail. Okay, remember this one went down, and we're going to go opposite. I'm going to bring it right up here. And yes, we will cut it. And then I'm going to spread those down here apart. Again, making sure that that green gets all over, right? And then same thing where this tail go went over there. So I'm going to kind of try my best to. Now remember, your pipe cleaner, you made that pipe cleaner really tight, and so be confident in it. One up and one straight down with this purple. Just darling, super, super cute. Very nice ribbon choices in this box. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. Now we do have extra ribbon if we feel like we want to, add extra tails in there. We totally can, but look at how cute that is. Super nice. And we'll for sure be moving them around as we go along, but just darling. Okay, let's move us out of the way, get us a little bit bigger here. And now we're going to come in with our last filler. I'm still keeping these because I don't want to lose them. These are two. This is two, yep. I don't want to lose those. But what we're coming in here last is a nice filler bush. So this is probably one of, if not my absolute favorites. And it's going to come to you not looking very attractive, and we're just going to pull these apart here and make them beautiful. So I have 3 main pieces on each of these. I brought out 2. We're going to pull these apart. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to spread them apart so that they are beautiful as I intend to put them in there. Make it nice and big. Spread those purples apart. Same thing up here. Now this one has, the very top portion has these like wispy like twiggies that can be wound, and they're really cool looking. I always wind them around my finger just to give another little cool texture in there. But I also want to be mindful, since I'm putting in 2 bushes, I want to be mindful so that they don't end up next to each other, right? I want to make sure they're separate. Okay, I'm going to cut this off here. We don't need the whole thing. 1, 2, and then 3. These subscription boxes, again, some of the things that come in there are things that maybe, because the folks who sell the subscription boxes buy so many at a time, they get such a good price on the stuff that goes in them. So, stuff that I wouldn't necessarily buy because maybe each individual item would be maybe too expensive. This gives me a nice, different variety. And lots of inspiration going on here. All right, I'm gonna grab another big chunk of this. Come right up underneath here. Now you know why it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, filler bushes. Look how beautiful that is. Come right up in here too. Keep going with that color. Spread out all, not even just the purple, it's also the greenery that goes into this. Just covers everything so nicely. I'll come right up under here, so we have a kind of a hole here going on, so I'm going to come right up underneath there. Nice big glob of glue. Wiggle that in. Perfect. So pretty. We're going to do the same exact thing on that other side. This is a beautiful piece. Now, I personally am not a purple fan. However, this does look beautiful. Just gorgeous. And, you know, don't be surprised, you know, you see this particular bush, you know, even though it looks kind of springy and very fresh looking, I've used the white and the red inside Christmas designs. It's just a nice filler. Right up here and push in. Just want to make sure you touch every single one of these. Move them all around. If you could, I would definitely keep this all one and slide it in there. However, this one is I kind of wanted it spread out a little bit further than that. And go right up here, look for a spot right up underneath there. So pretty. And then this last one, I'm going to come right up kind of underneath that bow. Spread this all apart. Now, when you're designing, if you're doing this for business, you always want to make sure you keep in tune with your budget. Keep in tune with what, you know, how, you know, the cost that's going in. So you kind of know what's going on when it comes time to price. Okay, I'm going to come right up there at the top, right up there at the top. And for this one, I'm going to kind of go in on an angle. I'm going to go in on an angle, but I'm going to end up right here at the top. In case you're like, why is she going right up there? This is doing a couple things. It's giving me that color right at the top, and it's going to work to support that bow. There we go. Very, very nice. So cute. I absolutely love it so much. I am going to hold on to these pieces over here until I have it behind the camera. I like designing on the table, and you know, some people like to do it on an easel, and that's a little bit easier when you can, you know, see, but I like to just do it after, once I have it on the door in front of me. One thing you could do also is you could take some tails and bring some ribbon tails down through here and out over here, maybe to the side. I really like the look of just one bow, but I know that's a really popular look as well. So thank you very much for joining. I want you to get another nice little close look here. This again was done and inspired by the subscription box that I receive every month. The cost is $60. It includes the cost of shipping, and usually it's an $80 to $90 retail. As far as this wreath goes, all the ribbon, the sign, and this lavender bush, lavender kind of greenery bush, came in the box along with several other things that we opened at the beginning. You guys, all the links will be here in the description. Thank you very much for following. Please make sure you subscribe to our page and join our text list, so that when we have new videos, new blogs, new lives, all that stuff, you can be the first to hear. The text number is 810-498-2310. Here it is. 810-498-2310. Sorry for all the noise. I appreciate you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.